Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? My name is Edward Townsend, and I'll be the moderator for today. Hey, we're winding down to the last few months of this year, last quarter of this year, going into a new year, a whole new world, days and nights, weeks and months that we haven't been a part of, and will only be a part of it for that one day. Going from January 1st to December 31st, 2024. And we got a lot in store for you. I've been absent for a minute there for all types of stuff, all for the better. And we're going forward, moving right along with everything. Our agenda is already set out. I'm just getting on today to bring you up to date on what's taking place in the world and what's going on, people, with us. What's going on with us? Where's our destiny taking us? I posted a lot of things because everything that I read and talked, and every movie video that I saw, talked about our previous accomplishments. What happened to us? Why us left behind? I was very surprised at some of the things that I heard people say. Most of it wasn't publicized. Brother Tupac was a visionary in his own way, as far as reaching the people. He cared a lot for the people. He just didn't have a great mentor to teach him about a lot of things that he didn't know. But he was taught well by his mother and father, who was former Black Panthers, that taught him the value of the people, that instilled in him, even though he did the things that he wanted to do, that instilled in him from his parents. So Tupac was a great philosopher. There was a lot of things that went on with it people didn't see or didn't know. I looked at the Black Wall Street. I've heard so many versions of that, and I got a chance to read and talk about a lot of things about where did we go wrong. We started building wealth in the previous years, but we lost it all. And now people are coming back, but they're coming back with things that don't have that much value in them. Starting out, they really haven't stepped over from making money to building wealth. That is a process, and it's different. See, what we're going to talk about next year and what we're going to work on 100% is we don't want people just existing. We want them to live. Ask yourself this question today. Am I just living? No. Am I just existing, or am I living? And I don't mean physical living and dying, but I'm talking about living life to the fullness like God had intended for us to do. Just like in Genesis, the Garden of Eden, He had everything laid out for us. We didn't have to worry about a thing, but we blew it. So now we have to go through changes and do different things to get our provisions done. See, God said we shouldn't have to toil for our provision. The Garden of Eden was a perfect example of why He said that. A perfect example. He provided everything. So now we have to get it done through Him. But we have more to do now than we did back in the Garden of Eden. Wow. It was a precious thing that we lost. But we can get it all back because we can go with God in everything that we do. Matter of fact, let me back up and do something here. Let me read the scripture and say the prayer before we proceed from here. Our scripture is coming from Psalms 105. Lord, the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and His truth endures to all generations. See, have you ever asked God for something that he did not give you at first. You might have felt slightly upset, but perhaps much later you saw the reason why God said no. God promised to give only what is good for you and no less. Why? The Lord loves you with an affection beyond imagination, and he fashioned everything intricate, fibered of your being. So he knows all about you. It makes sense then that he knows exactly that you need what you need and what blessings would benefit you the most. Amen. So he knows exactly where we are, what we're doing, and what we need to get done. So going into next year, we are focused. We're totally focused on building wealth to the max, the way God wanted us to have that great abundance, prosperity, legacy, all the things that we've been missing and not doing for all these years. Next year, we're going to start or finish them. If you've already been working in it, finish it. If you're not and you haven't started your own business, you need to start. And we'll talk more about business in a little bit, but a few other things that I want to get out today, because next year we want to hit the ground running. Okay? So today, I take control of my destiny. Today, I take control of my destiny. That's something that you have to say. Today, I take control of my destiny. Do that, everyone. It's only going to happen if you make it happen. It's not going to just show up. You got to do something. And I've been saying it for years and years, but it's time now to manifest all that we've talked about the last 3 to 4 years in your life. You got to start living life, loving life, and living for a purpose. We're here for a purpose today, if we're still here. There's great things that God wants us to do. And we have to step over into it and start building it in our lives, doing things that he can see manifesting in us. He knows all about us. So we need to be more mindful of the people around us, mindful of what we're saying. We got to build a strong character and do everything next year with a purpose. There's nothing I won't do or say next year that don't have a 100% purpose to it. And that's the reason that I'll be saying it. Everything next year will be built and structured around my character with purpose. Everybody's character is something that they have to build. And the purpose that God wants to do through you, you have to connect with that between you and God so that you can step out and start being strong in what you're doing. If you have a business already, you need to brand yourself. Stand for something. Let your name be known. Wealth Creator, Financial Education, Houston Wall Street Movement, a training company, and preparing young men and women to be business owners are my brands, are the things that I'll be working on 100% next year. Nothing else. Totally empowerment. You got to, next year, you got to be coachable. And you got to follow the system. See, if you're coachable, the coach can train you and teach you things. A mentor can mentor you and teach you things. Then you got to follow the system. If those two things don't work, it makes it hard for the person that's working with you and harder for you to get to the place that you want to be. So we got to stop killing our faith We got to stop killing our faith. We got to get rid of fear, doubt, and skepticism. That's what it does. It killed our faith. It takes the place of that. So we got to strengthen our faith and step out on that faith. Start using right now faith. I don't have to think about a lot of things before I do it. I step out on faith. I don't have to think hard about a subject or something that's being said. If I hear it or see it, I can see if it'll be the right thing, that if God would be pleasing with that. Fear would interfere with that, so your faith won't operate. So we got to get rid of those three things next year. You got to focus on a healthy, wealthy, and wise life. We're going to focus on our health, our wealth, and we're going to be wiser next year. So we got to be healthy, wealthy, and wise in 2024. We got to start bringing back what our ancestors started and then finished. We got to pick the baton up and go on and win the race. Got to get back to the basics. Okay. All right. This is our 10 steps that we'll be doing all next year. Number 7. Okay. Number 8. Stop being big one. You're going to hear from me on every one of the calls. Are you just existing, or are you living? Most people have been existing for a long time and never lived. I know people that was born in a small town, 50 years old, and never left the small town. 50 years later, they never done some things they could have done. They just existing, entrapped into the things that they don't know how to get out of, controlled by the things that they got into that controls their every move, keep them in sameness. We got to kill all that next year so our people can grow. And there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. You need people. Numbers is wealth. Always remember that. If it's 500 people working at your job, those are numbers, and it's building wealth for the company. Anything that gathers a lot of people, that's what it takes to build wealth. Start your own company and build the numbers so that you can obtain wealth and teach people how to do the same thing. See, we can't be, we say we're a self-made millionaire, or we believe that we can be a self-made millionaire, but you're not sharing. You're not even sharing the good news. So we got to go into 2004 with a different attitude. It's about the people. How many people can I help? I might not even see a lot of things manifest in my life, but there's so many others around me that will see all things in their life because of the things that God had me to do. See? So that's what we're focused on. We're building wealth in 2024. Number 9, remove yourself from sameness. We have sameness, every last one of them. I have them myself. As soon as it starts, I kick it back out. See, I'm not the same as I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years, even last year. I'm not the same. I don't do the same thing over and over and over and expect different results. I don't do that. Sameness got to go in 2004. We got to do something different. Number 10, our last one. Do all 10 and win. All of our 10 steps that we'll be utilizing in 2004 will help us to win. And our goal is to be a wealth. Say it. Our goal is to be a wealth. We got to implant that in our mind so it becomes just like a commercial all the time in the background. It's saying we're building wealth. I got to leave generational wealth for my children's children's children. I got to leave them a perfect example and a legacy of how I got it done. This is 2024 coming up, and these are the things that we will do. Fear will make you cover a multitude of excuses and lies. Fear will. We fear doing things. We fear being in business. See, I don't know where we got off track, that we don't feel, we care less about being in business, but we do more for someone else that do have a business, building wealth for them. Do you know every company that you work for, you're building wealth for them? It's no different than renting an apartment. You're paying for the apartment. So it's time out for paying for other people to be a wealth and have abundance in their life and not exist, but they live because they're going to the next level. Always ask yourself this question every week next year. Am I just existing or am I living? Have something cross your mind that you wanted to do and you actually did it. Something crossed your mind that you wanted to do, but you're just living will say, no, you can't do that. You can't afford that. I got to do this. My money is this. See, those are excuses. Those are excuses. That's existing. That's limited faith. Because you can do anything you want to do through Christ. He's there with us. And he's right here with us now on this broadcast. See, he wants to help us. But we got to be willing to help ourselves. We got to be willing to help ourselves. I posted a lot of things concerning us building wealth. We started and what happened? We don't do it at all and won't try. Why? How can you say that I've been conditioned? Because you have. Everything that's going on in your life right now is conditioning. The conditioning factors that someone else set up to hold you in place are operating in your life right now. Everything. How do I know that? Well, do you have a business? How long have you been in business? Why do you ask the question, why my family don't have no wealth? Because you're in bondage and you're being conditioned and controlled. The working class people and the have-nots are being controlled. Everything you hear about from this day forward, online, on TV, in life every day, if it's talking about just getting a job, made a big thing about getting a job, going to school, graduate from high school to get a job, go to college to get an education, to get a job, funding these different things, creating more jobs. What about business? What about business? It's an intricate part of life. You should want to be a part of that as well. Matter of fact, you should be focused on that, being in business, because it's a must. 2024 is a must be in business. I have residual income or income producing assets. And I'm not talking about a job. I speak it because it's not part of the plan. If you have a job, don't stay there with the system saying you got to retire at 65 or 70. You can retire when you get ready. You just have to get ready. Financially, get yourself ready. It won't just happen unless you do something different outside of what you've been doing the last 10, 15 years of your life. If you've been working 10 or 15 years in your life and you still don't have no wealth, it's time to do something different. If you've been working the last 10 or 15 years of your life and you don't see your way to being wealthy and see your way doing the same thing the next 15 years that you did the last 15 years, you need a business. There's no way around it. Things are changing, people. Not the same. Food is not the same. You need to acquire land and start raising your own food. It's not in the stores. What's being sold is detrimental to our body. It's not giving us what we need. People don't believe in supplements, but we got to supplement something. If it's not in the food, we got to get our nutrients from somewhere. See, we got to stop pushing away things that's good for us. Business is good for you. Nutrients and supplements are good for you. If I eat a cold cut sandwich, that seems to be all right, but it's not good for me. If I eat a bowl of salad, the nutrients been depleted from the growth process and a lot of chemicals in it to make it right, so I don't get it. So if I don't get it out of some of the things that I eat, I got to supplement it to get the nutrients. We need potassium, we need iron, we need all the vitamins that there is, because our body is deficient. And we got to get it back right. Healthy, wealthy, and wise in 2024. Healthy, wealthy, and wise in 2024. What we did the last 15, 20 years will not start off in our life again January 2024. Not what is this, revolution. It's the fact that we are going to change, because everything I speak next year was advocated based on these 10 things. Based on the 10 things we went over. That's why I came on today, because I'm doing a lot of things getting ready for 2024. Okay. A lot of things. And number one, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I can answer that question 6 months into next year, why my family don't have any wealth, because you heard what I said today. And if you don't take it to heart and at least start for yourself and your family, then I can tell you why your family don't have any wealth. See what I'm saying? Because you're not coachable and you don't know how to follow the system. See, everything in 2004 will be done in a systematic way. What I mean, I show you where I did test marketing. I met a gentleman. We had a conversation about wealth, and we looked into where he stood. 10 years on the job. He don't see wealth, but he understands the company they work for and how they're making wealth and building wealth. So he said, I need to do what you're doing. I need to do something different. You're doing a lot of things, and I see it. I need some of that in my life. Okay. I told him 2 things. You got to be coachable, and you got to follow the system. He lost right off the bat. I texted to him the information. Never heard no more from him. See, I'm looking for people that's looking for us. If you're looking for us, then I know you are ready, because when we talk, we can begin. If you don't ever start, nothing changes. We're at the point now in Wealth Creator and Houston Wall Street Movement that we're moving forward. We've been giving away free things, doing things for free. There's been no charges on what I do, other than if we was at a hotel or something, right? But there's been no charges. Now, in 2024, I got to show you how to build wealth in a different way. Everybody can be helped to build wealth. Sometimes you got to get down and grind from the beginning to build wealth. Most people don't know how to take advantage of something that someone is doing to help them to be successful. But they want something like grants and welfare and handouts and all this other stuff. They see a value in there, but it's not. See, the guy never knew why I haven't called him. He didn't follow instructions. Go ahead and fill out your information on the website, and I'll see you over on the other side. I still haven't seen him on the other side. So to me, that candidate is sitting on the back burner until they decide that they're really, really ready. I'm looking for people that's looking for us. The first 25 people of 2024, the first 25 people with that mindset, I am ready to go. I need to start my own business. I have my business already. I need to take it to another level. I told my granddaughter today, it's time now. She has a brand. She's building a brand. Now I told her now it's time to sign up to be a mentor. Let me be your mentor so I can show you how to turn your hard work into wealth. Because I've already seen you might as well have a job if you don't know how to build wealth, you might as well have a job, but you just make money. My book, get my book. Your Money is Worthless. Amazon.com. Your Money is Worthless. It'll teach you how to put your money to work. That's what the title means. You're not putting your money to work. You're only working for the money. But that money needs something to do. If not, someone will put it to work. All the people we spend our money with on products and services are putting that money that you earn to work, and they're profit. They're building wealth off of it. So we got to learn how to take all money. See, I don't categorize things. People say, well, I work too hard for my money to take a chance. That's fear. No faith. Not only in what you're doing, or you don't have faith in yourself. See? Faith is not just a word to be said. It's an action word on the inside of you that causes you to act. See what I'm saying? So if you're not doing what it is to be a wealth, there's no wealth. That's why people play lottery, do all these other things. See? That's what Tupac said. All this money people spend on the lottery and people win big time and help no one. People still on the street and they win billions of dollars. See? We got to get into people helping business. That's where the wealth is at. Got to come together. First 6 months for the people that see the vision will be locked in 2024. Started with the first 25 people. And the website is running across the bottom. I'm going to show you how to get the money to fund your business if you don't have a business. I'm going to show you how to get the money to fund your business if you do have a business. It's a win-win situation. We're not going to pay the banks all that money. We're going to teach you how to use other people's money in a good way. And we all win. That's what time it is in 2024. I'm still working on a lot of plans, a lot of things that's going to take place. It's going to be some hotel training. It's going to be going from state to state. Someone come on board and is serious about doing things. We're going to lock in and hey, we're going to roll down to that state, that city, that town, wherever it's at, and help them to get off the ground running. That's how everything else is done. It's about the numbers. Look at politics. It's all about the numbers. And that's what we got to focus on, because that's where the wealth is at. But we want to do it so we can help people. Not just the fat in our pockets like what we have today in charge. Everybody wins. That's why I always say, always victory. And I see everybody at the top. Everything I do, I'm doing my hashtag. I don't know what happened to all of my things on my hashtag. All of my quotes and things that I did for many, many, many years when hashtag first started being popular. But anyway, I started it again. So what we're doing, what I'm talking about, it'll be coming out in my hashtag because I started it again. WCTO, WC to wealth, WC to wealth. You'll see it on my Facebook page. Anybody corresponding, you will see my hashtag on there. And it's your hashtag when you create your own. Okay. Everything works for you to better yourself and better your business. And that's our focus for 2024. Build a successful business with purpose. Why is it that my family have no wealth? Number one, the norms is in your way. Number two, you're still in bondage. Number three, you're in the conditioning factors of the world. And number four is fear, doubt, and skepticism. That's why there's no wealth in your family. And we're going to change all that in 2024. For the ones that want to change, we're starting here, changing that mindset. Because if you don't change that mindset, you can do all the other running around and doing and jumping and hollering all you want. But if you don't change the mindset, you will not accomplish wealth. Not by building it. Okay? So, I hope I said something today that will move you, give you some spiritual discernment, faith is empowered. You're just ready to go forward. And now is the time to get that jump start. We got November and December. This quarter will be over. This year will be over. We'll be going into 2024. Not with a resolution, but with a plan and a purpose. And I will see you over on the other side in 2024 with the plan and a purpose of building wealth. Always victory, and I'll see everybody at the top. God bless you, and thanks for getting on.